Prince Harry was name dropped in P. Diddy's $30 million lawsuit.
Was Sean Diddy Combs obsessed with Prince Harry and Prince William, possibly coming to one of his Diddy parties? Well, according to a former publicist, Diddy invited the princes 10 times, and they refused. According to Diddy's former publicist, Rob Shutter, who worked for Diddy from 2002 to 2004, so the rapper was, quote, obsessed with the British royals. They said the two princes consistently turned down multiple invites and were, quote, never part of his world. Well, according to Shutter, he says Diddy was obsessed with Prince Harry and Prince William. He told the BBC, he thinks of himself as a king, so it makes perfect sense that he would like to have the two princes in his entourage. Or did Diddy want to actually exert power in another way? Diddy did not get away with what he did for this long without having power and influence in other places outside of music. Did he want influence in the royal family as well?
When it comes to high-profile scandals, having your name associated with the wrong company can be enough to make headlines. For Prince Harry, that moment came when his name appeared in a lawsuit involving Diddy in a massive $30 million case filed by record producer Rodney Jones. In the lawsuit, Diddy is accused of orchestrating parties, and Harry's name is listed as one of the high-profile figures linked to Diddy's social circle. To be clear, Harry is not accused of any wrongdoing in these documents, but the fact that his name appears alongside such dark allegations has raised many questions about how closely the prince was connected to Diddy's world. Jones' lawsuit claims that Diddy used his celebrity connections, including Prince Harry, to lend legitimacy to his infamous parties. According to Jones, Diddy's events served as a high-profile draw to attract more celebrities, political figures, and allegedly even world leaders. And it's not just Jones making these accusations. Diddy's parties have been an open secret in Hollywood for years, but now they are facing serious scrutiny, particularly given the royal family's reputation for steering clear of such controversies. This mention has become more than just a PR headache for Prince Harry. It's raising questions about how close he might have been to an entirely different social circle. But here's the thing, Harry's connection to Diddy was once seen as nothing more than a brief encounter with a celebrity. Now, with court documents describing disturbing elements surrounding Diddy's parties, the optics have changed.
The latest from the investigation into American rapper Sean Diddy Combs. Now Prince Harry has been named in a $30 million lawsuit against the hip-hop mogul, who is facing charges of sex trafficking and sexual abuse. The lawsuit suggests that the Duke of Sussex was one of the guests at Combs' infamous parties allegedly attended by sex workers and underage girls. However, there is no suggestion of any wrongdoing by the prince.
So how did a British royal end up linked to some of the wildest parties in Hollywood? Well, it turns out that fame can bring some very questionable invitations. Let's rewind to 2007, a moment when Prince Harry and his brother Prince William were photographed enjoying time with Diddy. It was at the Concert for Diana, held at London's Wembley Stadium, a night dedicated to celebrating the life and legacy of their mother, Princess Diana. Celebrities from all over the world attended, including Kanye West and Diddy. The pictures from that night show a young Harry laughing and mingling with Kanye, while William is seen shaking hands with Diddy. For many years, these snapshots of Harry and William with Diddy were simply remembered as part of a great evening at an event honoring their mother. But in light of Diddy's current issues, these images have come under fresh scrutiny. What was once seen as a fun moment has now taken on a different tone. Suddenly, people are questioning how closely the young princes may have been linked to Diddy's social circle. With the lawsuits and allegations now circulating, these images aren't just simple mementos from a night out. They are potential links in a chain of associations that are becoming harder to ignore. In a world where every image tells a story, these pictures are now being seen as possible indicators of an alleged connection to Diddy's circle, casting a shadow over a night that was once all about honoring Diana's memory. Back then, it was just another celebrity encounter, but looking at it now, these moments could have been signs of something darker. As if these resurfacing images weren't enough to turn heads, let's also revisit a surprising comment from Diddy himself, who once publicly invited the royal brothers to his parties. It wasn't presented as a serious invite, more like playful banter in a TV interview. But now, with everything we know, That casual remark has people raising their eyebrows. Diddy has long been fascinated by the royals, especially Harry and William. He once mentioned how he thought the two brothers, known for getting into their own trouble during their younger years, would fit right in at one of his legendary gatherings. In fact, Diddy described Harry and William as young bucks, hinting that they would have made great guests at his famous parties.
You want to get Prince William and Prince Harry to a Diddy party?
I don't think, not anymore. I mean, before, you know.
Yeah, don't ruin our royal wedding for us.
Trust me, they're off the list. As of now, they're off the list. But, you know, before, when they were young bucks growing up, and they were getting in a lot of trouble themselves, so, hey, I was like, why don't you come hang out with me?
At the time, Diddy's invitation was dismissed as just celebrity talk, but now people are wondering if it was part of a bigger plan to bring these high-profile royals into his social scene. A social scene that is now linked to illegal activities, with Diddy under serious scrutiny, has made that casual comment appear far less harmless. It is now raising questions about whether Diddy was trying to use the royal family's image to legitimize his parties, or even to elevate the status of his social circle. It's one thing to invite royalty for a fun night out, but what happens when that invite comes from someone with a dark past?
Prince Harry's name has been mentioned in court documents related to allegations Sean Diddy Combs sexually abused multiple people. A $30 million lawsuit brought by record producer Rodney Jones claims Diddy's affiliation with high-profile people such as Prince Harry gave his actions legitimacy.
So it all began with the $30 million lawsuit filed by Rodney Jones, a record producer, who claims that Diddy exploited his connections with high-profile individuals, including members of the British royal family, to lend an air of legitimacy to his parties. Jones argues that Diddy used his ties to people like Prince Harry to attract more celebrities, all while aiming to shield his controversial lifestyle. These connections were part of a calculated effort to create a social web that obscured his wrongdoings. The lawsuit also alleges that Diddy's relationships with figures like Harry went beyond casual name-dropping. They were integral to his strategy for boosting his public image. By associating with royals and celebrities, Diddy crafted an image that was less focused on his questionable parties and more about his elevated status. Being part of an exclusive circle for Diddy, having Prince Harry's name in the mix seemed like a stamp of legitimacy. After all, what could add more credibility than rubbing elbows with actual royalty? By connecting himself with these prominent figures, the lawsuit claims that Diddy sought to shield himself from backlash, hoping no one would dig into his activities. It's no surprise that this strategy worked for a time. Celebrity and royal connections often lead people to overlook certain red flags. In many ways, the lawsuit suggests that Diddy's high-profile associations acted as a form of social armor, protecting his alleged misconduct from immediate exposure. But now, with the lawsuit pulling back the curtain, there's growing concern about how Prince Harry may have contributed to this illusion. His name alone could have been the tipping point that convinced others to view Diddy's parties as prestigious events rather than the wild gatherings they are now being revealed to be.
The marriage is extremely volatile and rocky. And, I mean, he's well and truly trapped. And he's dumb, but he's not that dumb as to not be aware of it. And in a situation like this, you know, he's given up everything. He's not only given up so much, he's given up everything. And what's his payoff been? To become ridiculed, mocked, and to be attached to a cheap and vulgar hustler who promised him worldwide success and has given him worldwide failure.
In the world of royal commentary, few figures are as bold as Lady Colin Campbell, known for her unfiltered opinions on royal family matters. Campbell has recently made headlines with her claim that Meghan Markle's influence on Prince Harry may be a key reason he finds himself in these controversial circles. According to Campbell, Meghan's ambitious social climb and willingness to immerse herself in celebrity culture have directly impacted Harry's reputation. She argues that Harry has been led into precarious situations that reflect more on Meghan's Hollywood roots than on the values of British royalty. Campbell goes further to suggest that Meghan's social ambitions have not not only influence Harry's life choices, but have also encouraged his association with individuals like Diddy. While there's no evidence directly linking Meghan to any explicit invitation from Diddy, Campbell's claims center around the idea that Meghan has introduced Harry to a celebrity-driven lifestyle, one that brings him into contact with figures like Diddy, who operate in these high-profile but often controversial circles. In Campbell's view, Meghan has prioritized fame over caution, pushing Harry to form connections that have put him in compromising situations. Her comments have sparked a debate about Meghan's role in shaping Harry's modern-day image, with many wondering if the prince's involvement in Hollywood has exposed him to situations that might have otherwise been avoidable. For Campbell, the issue isn't just about Harry being connected to Diddy, it's about how Meghan's lifestyle choices may be leading him down paths that clash with the traditional values he was raised with. Whether or not one agrees with Campbell's perspective, it's clear that she views Meghan's ambitions as a driving force behind Harry's current predicament, which now places him at the center of one of Hollywood's darkest sagas.
She has absolute contempt for him and has made it obvious. And he basically feels that he was promised great success. She promised him that she and he would be able to supplant William and Catherine in the public mind, and they would be the #1 couple. All they needed to do was move to Hollywood, and she would become the huge star that she has always lusted after, and he would become as well the huge star that he has always lusted after as well. And none of it has taken place the way she promised and the way they envisaged, because of course they have done everything wrong. Where they should have been positive, they have been negative. They should have been focusing on their glamour, on the positive. They have done the absolute opposite. How much sympathy did they really think that anybody with a brain was going to have for them?
Meanwhile, Prince William is not pleased with the way things have unfolded. He has maintained a more reserved public image, and his name is rarely associated with Hollywood controversies. With Harry's connection to Diddy now making headlines, sources suggest that William has become frustrated, feeling that his own life risks being overshadowed by his younger brother's latest associations. According to insiders, William is well aware of how easily scandals can damage the royal family's public image, and he has made it clear that he wants no part in the situation. Rumor has it that William's response to Harry's ties to Diddy signals his desire to distance himself from his brother's social circle. William views the Hollywood spotlight as a risky environment for the royal family, one that creates too much room for unexpected controversies like this. For William, any association with someone facing serious allegations is not just a scandal, it's a potential threat to the monarchy. He's concerned that Harry's involvement with Diddy could lead to more negative press, something William has worked hard to avoid throughout his life.
Prince Harry was hanging with Diddy.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like, always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 a.m.
And then freak off.
Harry's entanglement in a high-profile controversy isn't without royal precedent. Prince Andrew faced his own troubles due to his association with Jeffrey Epstein, a relationship that damaged his public standing and eventually led to his removal from royal duties. While Harry's connection to Diddy is not as damaging as Andrew's ties to Epstein, the parallels are hard to ignore. Both situations involve British royals becoming close to individuals accused of serious misconduct. Prince Andrew's involvement with Epstein brought shame to the royal family, and while Harry's case is different, there's still a risk that his link to Diddy may cause further trouble. One fan commented, "Harry, you're old enough to know better. Your beautiful mother, Princess Di, would be very disappointed in you." Another added, "So many people are feeling regretful right now because they all participated in these events at Diddy's house." While there's no indication that Harry is directly involved in anything criminal, the association has raised concerns among the public. Diddy's alleged actions and the optics of a royal once again being linked to a scandal of this magnitude are concerning. The British public remembers all too well how the royal family handled Prince Andrew's situation, and now many are closely watching to see how Buckingham Palace will respond to Harry's latest controversy. Whether he's guilty or innocent, one thing is clear: the media isn't going to let this story fade anytime soon. But what do you think about Harry's connection to Diddy? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. This story is far from over, so be sure to subscribe to stay updated on every shocking development.